appreciate all you guys coming. Tremendously proud of this organization, this football team, for the players, the coaches. It started on the bye week. We had a really, really good week of practice. We had some tough physical days, which was good. We needed it. We still had some work to do. And then they carried it over into Illinois State week, had a really good week of practice. We had some guys that needed to step up. They knew all week in practice that we were counting on them to make big plays in the game, and to make a 6.5-hour bus ride like that and to show up on game day ready to go for a noon kickoff is really, really impressive. Our guys from the very jump, we were all over them. Really good plans by the staff in every phase, offense, defense, special teams, and we got a fun group to be around. Our players, they love football. They love to compete. They love to fight for each other. And I'm really, 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 really proud of our football team and our organization right now. Got a good football team coming in this weekend. They're having a much better season. I have tremendous respect for their head coach. He's a good man. He's a good coach. Been doing it for a long time. Got some good offensive weapons. So we'll see if we can't make something shake for homecoming.
Do you come back from that game just kind of reviewing Illinois State and everything? Just, is that the best win it seems without a doubt the best since you've been head coach, maybe even since you guys first came here? Yeah,
it was a good win. That's a really good football team, and we were able to pretty much handle them in every single phase. Again, going on the road in this conference is really hard. There's really tough bus trips, tough flights even, and again, I think that just makes it that more pivotal of a moment for our football team to be able to get off the bus, take some rest in the hotel, and then get up and do what we did. It was really, really good stuff.
Coach, what was the backstory on the No Moss fight? Was this a conversation you had with the guys the night before the game, and where did this come from?
Yeah, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray, I think it was 1980s something. Awesome fight. So it was the parallels we were able to draw were pretty awesome from the fight, to the first fight to this fight. So their first fight, it was close. It was a decision, went to Duran, and Sugar Ray said that'll never happen again. Went to work in silence. You know, in our day, didn't tweet, didn't talk a bunch of trash. You just went to work. Didn't worry about any preseason polls, no, nothing like that. And then in the rematch, Sugar Ray said that he would rather keep him up and don't knock him out, beat the body, and make him quit. And that's what he did. So we kind of drew a parallel to see who the tougher organization was, the tougher team was, and we answered the bell Saturday.
Coach, a year ago this locker room was absolutely devastated, right? You were obviously very upset the way the game played out. A year later, you go up there, you get your revenge, you guys are on a roll. How different does this locker room feel a year later?
Yeah, it's the best locker room I've been around during our time at Missouri State. It's not even close. We've got a group of men that care about each other, that care about this university. And I think the beauty of it is what you're going to see even when these guys come up and talk is we've got guys that have been here for 6 years, Jalen Williams. We've got guys that are one-year transfers. We've got guys that are high school freshmen that are contributing. We are getting contributions from all different sides, and the way they've been able to mesh and gel with one another is a testament to who they are as people and competitors. And again, I can't compliment our staff enough because you guys have been out to practice. We're not like, hey, Johnny, pat you on the back. We stay after guys, and we coach in a certain manner that we feel brings the most out of our players, and they're getting it done on Saturday, so that's a good thing.
When you see the level that Jacob's playing at right now, you've had an Offensive Player of the Year in this program recently. Just any parallels just kind of in the way that Jacob's playing right now compared to that first year of Jason?
Yeah, he's been tremendous. The thing that Jacob's really, figuring out and doing a good job of is he's found his legs. He's found that sometimes guys will overplay the depth and coverage on him and be able to run for easy first downs, easy gains. And just the way he sees the field, I want him on our team. If that tells you anything, out of anybody in the whole league, any FCS, I want Jacob Clark as our quarterback. I would even be willing to, take him over most FBS guys. He's our guy. He's who we're going to ride with, and the players feed off that. They know how important he is to this place, this program, and he's been vocal about wanting to stay and be the quarterback of the future. I think just that alone, bodes well for what we have going on in our walls over there.
Has it been approved yet, that waiver process and everything? I know that usually comes their senior year.
Yeah, the medical red shirt is an interesting process because you don't actually file the paperwork until it's needed, if that makes sense. So we don't even, we haven't even filed until he is done with his, his playing time, and then we'll file to gain the year. But it'll go through because all the documentation's been done well, and our training staff does a nice job.
Well, I'm sure just hearing him being vocal about it just kind of in this day and age of college athletics and, the level he's playing at right now could get some attention from some of those schools that will be your peers next year. Just a comfort in that as a head coach going into this next era that QB1's there.
Yeah, certainly makes you feel better today. You never know what the future holds, and that's what we've created in college football. It's unfortunate at times, but it is what it is. But I do believe Jacob is a loyal person. He's loyal to this university. He's got a great family, and he takes pride in wearing Missouri State football gear, which, I think it's been a while since guys show up and can feel that going out into the community and saying that, yes, I play football. I want all my gear. I want all my stuff to say football on it because we're proud of what we represent. We're proud of the product we put on the field.
Got to be proud of the way he spread the ball around, too. You end up with career days for two different receivers, one of them here in the room with us, and Dash, James Blackstrain as well. We had heard a lot about them and what they could bring to the table. Hadn't seen as much so far, but on Saturday, Jacob continues to prove that he'll throw the ball to anybody if you get open.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most dynamic things about Jacob, as well as Coach Nick Petrino. He's able to create matchups that no one expects and exploit areas where, we may not have looked there the week before, the second week before, any week previously. And, just talking about Dash having his career day, he's been working hard in practice. Sometimes at wide receiver, it's challenging because when you're in a collectively talented group, sometimes the ball just doesn't find you. And he stayed the course. He knew that his time was coming, and he was able to have a big day for us Saturday.
Coach, not often do you, I'm sure, approve of players like Cass, kind of talking some Cass smack. But you guys went up there and backed it up. I mean, for him to be a mouthpiece and maybe give your opponents some bulletin board material, and for y'all to come up there, not just back it up, but flat out win and dominate. I mean, what's that say about where this entire program and locker room's mindset is?
Yeah, we've had this conversation here quite a few times. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. On the other side of that, just like you said, if you make those comments, you better be able to back it up and walk the walk. And we did that, and we were able to, go and do what we needed to do down at Illinois State. And, the nice thing about it, and I said it to the guys in the locker room, is now we can go make a run and play some real serious football down the line. It's good for our fans. It's good for the future of our program. And that's why everybody should come out to the game this weekend against Indiana State. Our boys are playing hard. They're fully bought into our program. Things are changing at Missouri State football, and I hope that we can get a full stadium for them.
Okay, so you bring that up. How do you make sure this team realizes, hey, just because they don't have a number by their team name, we got to take this game just as serious. We can't overlook Indiana State, Missouri State.
Absolutely. Yesterday at our team meal, it was about 6 or 7. The 24 hours were up. It was time to, enough patting yourself on the back. It's time to get back to work. And the room was dead silent. You talked about the locker room difference from future years. This is a team that's on a mission. This is a team that has a vision of what they want this season to look like. So I don't worry about that. And we've referenced it before. The 1-0 mentality that we've carried the entire season, I think will serve us well this week. It's a faceless opponent. We still have things we need to work on and continue to improve on. And what better way to do it at homecoming in front of your home stands?
When you look at the receivers, a lot of the early season, weren't seeing those newcomers that you guys hyped during the offseason get a lot of targets. And then you see this past week with Dash and Blackstrain that they're starting to emerge and starting to become something in this offense. Just what are you seeing on a daily basis to where they are starting to become a part of this offense? Yeah,
this offense schematically can be challenging for new guys to come in and fully grasp the depth of the checks, the depths of the online audibles. I mean, it's a lot to kind of to stomach sometimes, but they're totally capable. They've done a nice job, and the best thing about them, and both of those guys you're about to speak to today, as well as other guys on our team, they're true team players. There's easily at times during seasons that guys could have come into your office and said, I'm not getting the ball enough, or I'm not getting the reps I want on defense. When is my time coming? Instead, they went the other route and worked harder, and they were able to find their place on our football team. And that's true team guys. Those are guys that you can build your foundation around. And I think that's one thing that we have done a good job focusing on in recruiting is our team is extremely selfless right now.
Coach, what about on the defensive side of the ball? We talked a lot about the offense. It's great that Jacob got his third Valley Offensive Player of the Week honors, but you could have easily had the Defensive Player of the Week in the Valley too. When you see Todrick go down, not sure what the back end is going to look like, Tavior comes in for you and has a monster day.
Yeah, I didn't look at the young man's stats that made the Defensive Player of the Week, but two picks and maybe double-digit tackles is hard to pass up on that nomination. But I get where that kind of comes from in regards to where we're at and leaving the conference and whatnot. But just like we talked about earlier in the week, Tavior knew he had to step up, and it wasn't just him. It was a bunch of guys in that defensive backfield that because PJ's still not 100%. So JJ stepped up. Again, the thing about Tavior, and I hugged him after the game, and just talking about being selfless and being a team guy, he came here to play, and it didn't work out for him in the first few games of the year. He didn't get quite the snaps he wanted. You didn't hear a peep from him. All you saw was his smiling face come out and work even harder. And that's a testament to his family and just the gumption of a man that he is and what his moral fiber is, because, you don't have guys act like that nowadays. You have, guys that can, pout, tweet something, say I'm quitting, this and that. This easy way out. He took the man's way.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, so Grant getting that longest punt ever. I mean, talk about flipping the field. What's it like knowing you have that weapon?
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, right? I guess 3 since the bye week, but 2 games in a row that he has been so impactful. When you look at stats and you look at offense, defense, you sometimes forget the hidden yardage battle. And having a guy like Grant being able to swing the field in crucial moments is, it's invaluable. It really is. And again, the nice thing about our long snapper, punter, and our shield, they've been working together for 4 years. So if there's a comfort level on our football team, it's our punt group.
I tried to look up and find if there was any list that he was on for, top 5 punters or whatever in the draft. Or I'm wondering, do you ever hear from pro guys that ask you about him?
Yeah, the nice thing about playing here at Missouri State, every single time that the 32 teams can come through, we've got guys on the sideline almost at every practice. If you want to play at the next level, you want to play at the NFL, Missouri State's a place for you to come shine your light. Yeah, of course, we've got multiple guys on lists. They're looking at him, talking to him, and that's something that he wants to pursue. So hopefully he can continue to progress throughout the year and give himself the best shot.
Piggyback off that, Springfield, Missouri, right? It's kind of like our own little slice of pie down here. But this program does put people in high places. What's it say about this culture to continue doing that, even going from the down years now with you guys on the rise as a program?
Yeah, the people make the program. I've said it since I took over as a head coach. We're a people-first organization. We want to get the best possible individuals in here, talent, mental makeup, toughness, all those different things. We recruit people before we even look at the film or your talent. You've got to, who are they as a man? And I think like you said, that's a testament to kind of what we're building here culturally. And they're also really good football players. We've got some talented individuals in this program. And I think that it will continue to improve. As you win, they see that, the things going on in the administration, everything is getting bigger and better here at Missouri State. And that will certainly cross over onto our football team.